Hi everyone, I'm Melissa Austin Weeks with Home with a Twist, and also the creator of Mrs. Twist School of Gracious Living. And you are signed up for my latest class that I'm offering virtually, and it is Flower Arranging 101. I have over 20 years of experience as an event producer, and so I do know something a little bit about how to put together a beautiful floral centerpiece. And I want to share all of my tips and tricks with you on how to take grocery store flowers and transform them into a gorgeous, stunning centerpiece that your friends will think came from a florist. There are some tricks to prepping your flowers and to making sure your flowers are long lasting. And one thing in particular I wanted to share with you before your class starts is how to prep your hydrangeas. Hydrangeas are one of the only flowers that drink both from their stems and from their petals. So one of the reasons you may have purchased or have steered away from hydrangeas in the past is they tend to wilt rather quickly. However, if you will practice the tips I'm going to show you in this video and prepare your hydrangeas prior to the class time, probably the morning of or the night before, you will have hydrangeas that will last and last and last. So the first thing I want to say is I went to the grocery store this morning and I purchased a bunch of hydrangeas. Now yours will not be, you won't be purchasing this many. I'm going to be sending you with this video a packet that will walk you through the 3 different types of flowers for you to purchase of your choice, of your color. Be creative, and I'm going to show you some containers in a little bit on how to be creative with your centerpieces that you're either going to keep or give to a friend. But I purchased a big bunch of hydrangeas. Normally these come in a set of 3 for about $6.99. Depending on where you purchase them. My favorite place to purchase flowers is Trader Joe's. Sometimes right now, especially during the COVID-19 experience, you're having to wait in line. That may not be something that you want to do. It may be more convenient for you to purchase them at your local grocery store. But I purchased a big bunch of hydrangeas so that I can put these around the house. And this is what I would call a foundation flower because it's going to be the base of your centerpiece, and then you're going to fill it in with the other types of flowers. So all of that information will be in an email packet that I will send you. But let's say you just came home from the grocery store, you have your hydrangeas. The first thing you're going to do is not unpack your groceries. You're going to take your hydrangeas, you're going to run a bath in your sink. Not cold, not hot, almost kind of like the feeling you would bathe a baby, what we would call tepid water. Not cold, not hot, but just warm, just very lukewarm. And you're going to take your hydrangeas and pull down the plastic, and you're going to take them and dump them upside down. They don't have to be submerged all the way up to the green, but at least have most of the petals covered in water. And leave them in your sink for about 15 to 20 minutes while you are unpacking your groceries. They'll be fine. The next thing you're going to do is, I'm just going to take these apart, is you're going to prepare the stems. Your flowers will come with floral food, which is fine to use. In the class, I'm going to be showing you a brand of floral food that I actually prefer that's more industrial strength, that's more floral grade as opposed to grocery store grade. But the thing you're going to do, and I'm not going to walk you through how to do all of these, I'm just going to show you with one, because in the class we're going to talk more in depth about hydrangea care. But a hydrangea comes with a really thick stalky, woody stem. And so the flowers drink from their petals as well as their stem. But the way that you want to prepare your flowers is cut them at an angle to start, like I just did. That's at an angle. All flowers you want to cut at an angle because that allows, when you put it in the vase, you have this little tip that's up off the bottom of the glass vase so that water can go into your tip. If you were to cut them straight across where it was a flat edge, it would bump up right against the glass container and your flower wouldn't get any water. So you always want to cut them at an angle. Now the next step for hydrangeas is you want to take your clippers and you want to cut straight up the bottom so it creates almost a little split in the stem. That allows even more water because hydrangeas have to have water, a lot of water. Carnations are just the opposite. Carnations are almost, if you wanted to call them a desert flower, they require very little water. But hydrangeas, in order to stay beautiful and plump and long-lasting, must have a lot of water. So immerse them in water, split the stem. When you stick them down inside of your vase, twice a day, you're going to take a mister and you're going to mist your flowers so that every day they're getting a drink twice a day. So that's what I want you to do either the night before, or if you run to the grocery store, if I'm offering the class in the morning at 10 and you are an early riser on Saturday to get your errands done, then head to the grocery store and as soon as you come home, prep your hydrangeas. You don't have to choose hydrangeas as your base flower or your foundation flower. You could choose things like peonies or big spider mums. I like hydrangeas. I think they're a beautiful flower, and as long as you treat them well and you feed them with water and food, they should last you a long time. Now, the other tip I want to give you as you're preparing for the class is to be creative with your container. You're probably going to have enough flowers to make at least 2, possibly 3 centerpieces, depending on the size of your vase. If you're having a dinner party and you want to just have a really nice, full, beautiful centerpiece, then you're probably going to make just 1 centerpiece. But if you want to put little posies around your house, or maybe you have a neighbor you want to take a flower centerpiece to, or your mother, or your daughter, or your sister, your best friend, then you may make small ones. So here's some ideas. Of course, the traditional round glass. This is probably 6 inches around on the top, nice big. This is what we call the bubble bowl. So you could certainly do that. You probably have in your cupboard a round vase like this. Now it may not be orange, but it may just be solid glass, clear through. That's a perfect vase for a centerpiece. Another one is what's called a rose bowl. These make beautiful centerpieces, and sometimes when you go to Goodwill, you can find these. People will just get tired of them, and or someone passes away in an estate sale. These make great vessels for flowers. But I want you to be even more creative. Look around your house. Maybe you have a teapot. This is a teapot that I got on my last trip to England. It would be a beautiful little centerpiece, a container for flowers. And then another one, how about we all have these urns around the house? Take the lid off, put your flowers inside, and then you can just kind of have the lid sitting right next to the vase. So be creative, think outside the box. I look forward to having you in class, and I just hope that you will celebrate with me and find fun in everything I'm doing with my School of Gracious Living to celebrate every day. And let's gather, learn, and create. Take care.